In a so-called free state, officials and stakeholders concoct solutions to problems often created by other bureaucrats and with little regard for infringements on the people. These stories are born at the apex of freedom and entrepreneurship. We foolishly advocate for the taxpayer. Brian's Beat presents Freedom Fools.
Hour 3 of Freedom Fools on WBSM. Brian sitting here commanding the ship. Hopefully there are no drone strikes coming our way. Quite a busy couple of hours. Started off by talking about Halloween candy. $7.4 billion in Halloween candy expected to be spent just on Halloween candy. And I talked about some of my faves, the Snickers, the Baby Ruth, the Three Musketeer. And of course, I used to love the Fireballs and the Starburst candy. Those would be my top 5. And there are probably a couple of others that I'm missing, but those would be my top 5 candies that I love to get on Halloween. And I talked about the fact that we don't have people, as many people, going out trick-or-treating anymore on Halloween. And I look at some of the houses, the way that they're decorated, and I would, just an assumption, speculation, I'm speculating that people that decorate their houses, really to the max, they want people coming around and going trick-or-treat. They want to hear from folks that say, wow, you did a great job on your house. I love the way that, you've got the ghouls and goblins and, whatever spectacle that you have. I think that they would like to hear from people, but you don't get anywhere near as many kids. I mentioned a couple of years ago, I think we had 8 people come to our door for Halloween. Now, part of it is maybe we didn't have a lot of jack-o'-lanterns or anything set up like that, but we had the porch light on to let kids know, hey, we've got candy, come get it. There was a whole bunch of candy that woman friend took to work because, quite frankly, and I think I took some and I brought, maybe half the leftovers over here. You just don't get anywhere near as many kids out trick-or-treating because they're going to these malls or wherever. They're going to staged parties. And I think that takes away from a lot of the old fun that used to be. One of the things about Halloween is going out, getting dressed up and going door to door and, getting the candy and whatnot and getting home and counting all the candy. All right, Mom, you can have this, that kind of stuff. That seems to be gone from Halloween. All because of safety, and safety is important. Please don't get me wrong. But I think for the sake of safety, we have given up on a lot of the fun that comes with Halloween night. And it's not like everybody is getting kidnapped or beaten up or having their candy stolen from them or getting spike candy. Does it happen? It does. But because it happened to a couple of people, now what do we have? We have people afraid to let their kids go out trick-or-treating or to even go trick-or-treating with their kids. I also brought up, since we're talking about trick-or-treating, is it really just for the kids? So in other words, what about grown-ups that might still like to go trick-or-treating? If a grown-up came to your door trick or treat. And you could, you're looking at this person who is obviously in his or her 30s or 40s. Are you giving them the candy, or are you letting them put their hand in the bucket to pull out their own candy? Why not? What's the stigma? Why can't grown-ups go out trick-or-treating? It's something that they loved as kids, and they want to do it again. They want free candy. It's not like they're going to take any more than the kid down the block took. So why not? And let's face it. How many years, how many times, never mind the years, how many times have you not had plenty of candy left over after a night of trick-or-treating? So that was my rant and my rave about Halloween. Yeah, I'd love to still go out trick-or-treating. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the candy this year. And it's not because I don't like giving it out. In fact, I have a good time. I like seeing the kids in their costumes. It's a matter of I'm going to be here Friday night, Halloween night. And by the time I get back, it'll be close to 8 o'clock. Most of the kids have run the course. I'm not sure that woman friend wants to be giving out the candy. I don't know if that's what she wants to do. And if I go out and buy candy, I like looking at the kids in the costumes, and I want to give out it's just one of those things. So I'm not sure that we've got the porch light on this year for Halloween. All right, so that's out there. The story that I closed hour 2 and hour 1 with, also on the table. And where are you going to get that Halloween candy from? The grocery store. And there is a Bacon Hill lawmaker who wants to limit how many self-checkout stations that a supermarket can have open. He wants to limit them to 8 per store. Not only limit them to 8 per store, but require that a staffed lane, so a human, for every 2 self-checkout machines that are open. So, in other words, I go to Stop and Shop right across the street. They have 6 of these self-checkout stations. If I'm reading this correctly, for every 2 self-checkout machines, there would have to be 1 staffed lane. So that means 3 lanes need to be open. I don't know. I'm not trying to say Stop and Shop does or does not. But if there were 6 self-checkout lanes that are open, there would need to be 3 staffed lanes. I don't think that's asking too much, but I don't know what's going on in Stop and Shop at that particular time. And I'm saying Stop and Shop, it could be Shaw's. I don't know if the True Cheese or True Key, whatever it's really called, I don't know if they even do a self-checkout lane or lanes. I know Market Basket does not. I can't speak for Save-A-Lot or Price Right because I don't shop at either of those stores. In fact, if you shop over there and if they have self-checkout at either of those stores, I definitely want to hear from you at 508-996-0500. I don't shop there, and I don't know. But I do know that Shaw's and Stop and Shop have a huge business where people call in to pick up their groceries, and they have people, People are lazy in this day and age. They pick up the phone or they fill out some form, and the person at Stop and Shop, who might be a checker, is actually doing your shopping for you. Have you seen these people? They've got some type of monitor on their wrist, and they go up and down the aisles, and they pick out your crackers, they pick out your coffee, your shopping. They do your shopping because we don't have the time to get off our butts and do our own shopping anymore. Now, that's not me. I mean, I do my own shopping. But many people, I guess they're too busy that they have the person at Stop and Shop do their shopping for them. And then after the person at Stop and Shop does their shopping, they wait for the person to drive up, and they give you these, maybe 4 or 5 lanes that you can park your car in. And when you show up, they'll come wheel that stuff out to your car and put it in the trunk for you. How about that? We don't have to go shopping anymore. And then you wonder why we get these puffer bellies, because we can't do our own shopping. Now, I understand that there are certain people that really can't do their shopping. But you know what? The majority of these folks, they can. They're sitting there, they got the money, they blow the money, and then they wonder, well, why is my electricity bill so high? Well, because you paid a little extra money to have the person over at Stop and Shop or Shaw's do your shopping for you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm listening to the radio right now, and he wanted to know somebody call in for the Price Right. Price Right has self checkouts.
They do?
Yes, they do.
I've never shopped there, so I really don't know. So, any idea how many self checkout stations they have?
They have. Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 7 of them.
7 of them. Now, are you talking the Price Right? What I would
Hathaway
on
Road.
Hathaway? Okay, by the court.
Hathaway Road.
Yeah.
Yep, Hathaway Road. Yep.
Okay.
And there's a Price Right. There's a Price Right in Fall River too, off of Plymouth Ave.
Yes, and I think there's also a Price Right in the going in the south off of Route 18.
Is there?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Route 18. Yep.
I mean, I used to pick up people when I was driving a cab over there.
Right.
But I never went inside to find out. But you've helped me out. So they do have self-checkout. So do you use the self-checkout, or do you go to a person?
Yeah, I do the self-checkouts.
Are you upset because you do that, or do you do it because
No, I
it's
like it.
saving
I'd
you
rather
time?
have it that way.
Yeah, same here. Do you want the government telling you how many self-checkout stations to the staffed checkout stations?
No, I mean, I'm satisfied with the amount they have. I mean, I wish they would have more,
But to be clear, more self-checkout or more staffed checkout?
Oh, more self-checkout.
Yeah. I'm fine with it. I think the state senator is worried that the more self-checkout that you have, the fewer people that are going to be able to be employed by these stores.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And, it might come down to that. But, as I was saying before, at least I can't speak for Price Right. I don't know if they have people that are actually doing the shopping for other folks and then will bring groceries outside to them. But that's another market now. Stop and Shop and Shaw's, they are taking full advantage of the fact that they don't need to have these lanes open. Yeah, they bring it right out to your car.
Yep, I know.
Have you ever done it?
But I don't do all that. I'm used to pushing the carrot to the car,
Yeah, I mean, I hope I don't get to the point where I have to have somebody do my groceries for me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm happy knowing
what is your
that
name?
I can go into
What
the
is your
store.
name, Chief?
Mine?
What's your name?
Mine?
Yeah.
Brian.
Yep. Brian? Okay.
Yes.
Are you the one that talks on the radio?
I'm talking to you now.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay, but I'm hearing somebody on the radio right now.
That's me. I mean, under the pretense that you're listening to 99.5 FM or AM 1420, you're listening to me.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, wow. Oh, that's me talking to you.
Okay. Well, very
that's
good.
Cool.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Wow. Good.
It's real.
All right, thank you for putting me in. I've never been on the radio. That's cool.
Well, thank you for calling in.
Of course.
I do appreciate
Take
it.
care. Have a good day.
You
have
too.
a good day.
508-996-0500. Well, at least, I always learn something here. Today's lesson is that Price Right does have self-checkout lanes. Now, the next place to find out about would be Save-A-Lot. Does Save-A-Lot have self-checkout lanes? And there is also a Save-A-Lot in the north, not far from the Price Right, and a Save-A-Lot in the south, not close to that Price Right. That Save-A-Lot in the south is over by, in fact, I think occupies the space that the Shaws used to have. So that would be somewhere around Rockdale Avenue. Maybe it's after Rockdale. What does it become? Oh, why do I always forget these street names? But I know how to get there. Rockdale ends, and the street that I believe starts in Dartmouth comes down. And somebody will remember the name of the street. But the big thing here is that State Senator Paul Feeney, not exactly sure where he's from. He's a Democrat. He introduced a bill, and that bill right now is in the Joint Committee on Consumer Protection and Professional Licensure. What Senator Feeney is proposing is to limit grocery stores, the Shaws, the Stop and Shops, the Price Rights, the Star Markets, to 8 self-checkout stations. That's the max, 8. It would require staffed lanes for every 2 self-checkout machines that are open. And it would also require 1 employee to monitor every 2 self-checkout registers. So let's see. You can have 8 self-checkout lanes. 8 self-checkout lanes. For every 2, you have to have a staffed lane. For every 2 that are open, you have to have a staffed lane. And you would have to have 1 employee monitoring every 2 self-checkout registers. Now, I'm no genius when it comes to this kind of stuff, but it tells me that the price of groceries, the price of things that these stores will be selling, will be going up. Now, and I see you right there. I'm going to get to you in just a second. I'm talking about the grocery stores right now. I have been in CVS, and I've been in a couple of Walgreens. The CVS stores, in particular, have a lot of self-checkout machines. You mean to tell me, they if you're at a CVS, they might have 2 cash registers open, maybe another cash register down by the photo department? You mean to tell me if they have 4 of these stations open that they have to have both of their regular checkout stations manned by a person? Because that's what this is saying. And I can see, the prices at CVS, if you ever do grocery shopping at a CVS, they're already higher than what you're going to find at Shaw's and Stop and Shop and Market Basket and Price Right and Save a Lot. It's going to make it harder for the Walgreens and the CVS's to compete. Let's hear from you. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I am. How are you?
Okay, good. True Keys does not have self-checkout lanes.
They don't. Okay.
No.
Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with it because I don't do self-checkout.
You don't?
No.
And your reasoning?
I prefer to have someone do it for me.
Yeah, I like having people do the work for me, but you don't find it quicker to go through the self-checkout?
No, but I'm not a very fast-moving person these days, so I don't mind if they do it.
And that's fine. And look, what I like are options. And if you prefer, do you do your shopping at True Cheese? Or do you go to other stores?
No, I go to True Keys because it's a small store. I ride around in one of those automated carts there that you can drive around the store in because I have bad knees, and they have what I need. They're small. I don't need to go through aisles of furniture and all that kind of stuff that I don't need from a grocery store.
I'll tell you what I like about that store. And I did, it's been years since I've been in one. I went by one with Woman Friend last Sunday up in Taunton. But what I really like about the one in the north end of New Bedford is the fact that their chicken parts that they cook them very well, and they taste so good.
Oh, good. I'll have to try them sometime.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest. But in general, and you're a person, it sounds like you need somebody to be doing the checkout for you. Or you prefer?
Yes, I do. I prefer to have it, and like I say, I have my groceries in the rider car, and they help me put the stuff up there, and they help me bring the groceries out to my car. They're very good there. They have good employees there. They're very respectful, pleasant people to work with and deal with.
So what do you think of this law this bill that the state senator would like to have as a law? Is it something that's necessary?
I don't think it's necessary. It's just one more law for the books that somebody will try to find a way to get around.
Oh, so yeah, I guess somebody would try to get around it, the way, the different things that he's asking for. And by the way, since and thank you for bringing that up, I haven't gotten that far. The bill suggests heavy fines for stores that violate the ordinance. So there you go. All right?
Uh-huh.
Well, many thanks.
Okay.
I do appreciate your call. 508-996-0500. John Hurst, who has been on this show numerous times. He is head of the Retailers Association of Massachusetts. He believes that this bill is short-sighted. So in other words, look, and I think many of us, we want to protect workers as much as possible, but not to the point of cutting the ears off of these stores. See, look, they make their profit, but there aren't high margins at a supermarket or a grocery store. And why, these stores, they have people that work at aisles, and the managers, if they see that you've got a lot of people at these self-serve checkouts, they open up another lane. If they see that you've got people that want to take their cart and have somebody check them out, and those lines are getting pretty deep, what do? They bring somebody and open up yet another line. Why is it necessary for a bill to say, okay, you can only have 2 of these stations open before you have to have somebody opening up a staffed lane? These stores know what they're doing. They're making a profit. They're serving the community. Did somebody go up to State Senator Feeney and say, hey, you know what? There are not enough of these staffed lanes open, and basically, if we just let everybody do self-checkout, there won't be a need for the employees, and then there are going to be a lot of people going out of business. I mean, not going out of business, but unable to find a job. How many people that work at Stop and Shop, work at Shaw's, they get paid pretty darn well. How many of them are complaining that they're going to lose their job? Let's hear from you. Hello.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
How you doing?
I am. How are you?
Hanging in there. Save-A-Lot closed over there in the North End. The one off Mount Pleasant?
It did?
Yeah, it's Vicente's Market now.
Huh. Did not know that. Well, thank you for
so you can't go there
update.
even if you wanted to.
Do you go to Vicente's Market?
No, I don't. I haven't been. I will. I went to Save-A-Lot, but then one day I went by there and it was closed. And then about a year ago, Vicente's Market opened up. I haven't been in that one. No.
So,
but
knowing that there's another market, so basically a supermarket replaced another supermarket. It wasn't really scaled down, was it? The Vicente, to your knowledge?
Well, Vicente, I haven't been in there. I don't know what the layout is. But you know something, you're talking about the self-checkouts, right, versus the cashiers.
Mm-hmm.
And, the people up there in Boston and in the State House have nothing else better to do than to micromanage everything. You know?
I hear you.
I don't like self-checkout, to tell you the truth. I'd rather go with a cashier and, and put it on the conveyor, and then they bag it up for you. Because you're paying a lot of money. If you go to Stop and Shop, their prices are just ridiculously high. I only go there, if I can't find something somewhere else. But you're going to pay all that money, you might as well have them bag it for you. Instead of you doing it yourself, and then you try to scan it, doesn't work, and then the person comes over and troubleshoots that, and he leaves 5 seconds later. Now you got to... another problem, the screen keeps coming up as, whatever it is.
I hear you, but you know what happens when I go through, Market Basket is famous for this. I'll get in line and I'll already be 3 or 4 deep because Market Basket has so many people shopping in their stores. And then one person before me has a price check and the light goes on. Now I'm standing in line and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and waiting. So sometimes it just takes too long when you go through a staffed checkout.
Yeah, but if you got 30 or 40 items and you're going to be doing it yourself, every time you lay it down there, there's a little where you're supposed to bag it. There's a surface there besides the register. You put it there, and if you don't put it in the middle of that, I don't know what you call it. It's like a square. It's like a square. It's like a little area there that you bag your groceries. And if you don't put it the right way, then the screen's going to say, see an attendant, or whatever.
I've had that happen too.
That's a nuisance too.
Yeah. They're going to get you one way or the other.
Right, because you're taking it out of the carriage, you're putting it, you're scanning it, and then you got to bag it, and then you go back in the carriage. And then next thing you know, you're 4 or 5 items into 40, and you got, there's a problem. See attendant. Yeah, it is either way. It's a nuisance.
And the light flashes, and everybody's looking at you. How did you screw up the machine?
Right, and so they're all ticked off because they only got 4 or 5 of them, and it's either way. if you're going to pay all that money, you might as well have somebody scan it for you, and that way you're keeping your eye on the screen while the stuff is being scanned, so it doesn't get double scanned, or you don't get your special. Sometimes it's on sale, and then you look at the screen and say, hey, wait a minute, that's on sale this week.
Well, you know what you've just done, and actually, thank you for proving my point. People want choice. You like the idea of letting somebody do it and bag it, and then you're saying, if I'm going to pay that kind of money, I'm saying I'm going to pay that kind of money. If I'm in a hurry, I want to get in as quickly as possible, I'll do it myself and get my butt out of there. It works both ways.
Right, it's choice.
Yes.
And we shouldn't have politicians telling us what we can't do, and then you're going to punish all these supermarkets, and then they're going to go out of business because they're going to say, why am I going to have limited to 8 self-checkouts with a person watching every 2? That's 4 employees just watching the machines when they need, like you said, they need to stock the shelves and they don't have enough crew, and they're like, you know what? It's not worth it. The electric is too high, the gas is too high, insurance is too high. We'll close up shop. We'll shut the lights off and we won't come back.
Or you know what you're going to end up with? A Mandani, where the government is operating that supermarket.
You mean Mom Donnie?
Yes, same, yeah.
The guy from New York City?
Yes, yep.
Yeah, he's also in bed with Hamas, and him and his mother been involved with Hamas too. So if they vote for a clown like that, they deserve what they get.
Yeah, I don't know about him being in bed with Hamas.
Well, you look at the history of him, and the mother is a famous movie producer with millions of dollars. He was He's from somewhere in Africa. He was born and raised there. He was doing a rap video. Somebody told me they saw it on YouTube. Maybe you can watch him doing his rap crap.
And how does that align with Hamas?
Because, it was on, I believe it was a Boston station. I think it was Jeff Kuna was talking about that. And he was taking money from Hamas or helping Hamas sympathizers. You can do some more research into it.
You know what? Yes, I've heard him often, and he's not a Hamas sympathizer. I don't know what any other host may have stated, but those are the kind of lines that the opposition has been using in order to try to make people not vote for him. I wouldn't vote for him. I am not going to vote for a socialist, but I can say this about Mandani. He has struck a chord with the people, and they want something different. It's the same thing with Donald Trump, just a different type of what's the word I'm thinking of? Political strategy, where Trump is talking about freedom, his way of looking at freedom, compared to what Mandani has been proposing, which is a democratic socialist platform. I'm not for the democratic socialist platform, but the people in New York are tired of being told the same old stuff time and again. And that's why, Mandani is considered a breath of fresh air. Maddie, thanks for your call. I do appreciate it. Man, this guy, Mamdani, is a couple of weeks from being elected New York City's next mayor. I don't know, who knows what's going to happen between now and then. Maybe people change their mind. But if he wins, and the platform that he is espousing, I brought this up, I don't know if it was this past week or the week prior on Brian's Beat. If he has government-operated supermarkets in New York City, and there's already talk about doing something similar in Boston and in Worcester, can you see the possibility of government-operated supermarkets, grocery stores, whatever title you want to give them, in New Beige.
This is WBSM.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
I can't answer your call right now, but it is important to me.
That won't happen at Low Cost Air. When you dial 800-221-6085, a real person answers and helps you find your best airfares, foreign and domestic. Your choice. Automation
Please leave a message with your name and number.
or a real person. Low Cost Air, 800-221-6085. Low Cost Air, 800-221-6085.
Since 2011, American Giant has been making everyday clothing with extraordinary effort. Not in far-off factories, but right here in the USA. We obsess over fabrics, fit, and details, because if you're going to wear it every day, it should feel great and last for years. From the cut of a hoodie to the finishing of a seam, nothing is overlooked. Our supply chain is tight-knit and local, which means less crisscrossing the country and more care in every step. The result is durable clothing, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatpants, and denim that become part of your life season after season. This isn't fast fashion, it's clothing made with purpose by people who care as much about how it's made as how it fits. Get 20% off your first order with code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com with code STAPLE20.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today.
There's no better fool than the Freedom Fools. Now, back to Brian.
Imagine that they would freak out in Washington, D.C. But it can't happen here. D.C. Everybody's safe and it can't happen here. No freaks for us. Can't happen here. Everybody's...
Wow. Got to thank Frank Zappa for sharing some holiday cheer and other things with us on the program today. We have been talking over the past several minutes about this whole idea of Massachusetts lawmaker pushing to limit self-checkout stations at grocery stores and supermarkets. I openly admit I use both. I don't have a choice when I go to Market Basket. I like Market Basket. I like the prices. But I don't like standing in line. And one of the things, because Market Basket is so competitive price-wise, it gets a lot of people. I mean, that you either have to go to Stop and Shop, Market Basket, right when they're opening up around 7 in the morning, or right when they're closing sometime around 8 or 9 at 9 o'clock at night, if you don't want to be in long lines. But to Market Basket's advantage, they will open up another line if they notice that lines are getting deep where people have carts and they're waiting and waiting and waiting. That's what they do. Market Basket is a great store. Stop and Shop and Shaw's, people like to use the self-checkout. They do pay more money at those stores for the food. The same food that you would buy at Shaw's or Stop and Shop is usually less expensive at Market Basket. The same brand name, same size, weight, whatever, is usually less expensive at Market Basket than it is at Shaw's or Stop and Shop. What Market Basket does not have, or at least to the best of my knowledge, I haven't seen it, is you can call ahead and have people do your grocery shopping for you. They do that for you at Shaw's and at Stop and Shop. But what I see in this legislation is a bill that is going to limit a grocery store to just 8 self-checkout stations. It requires a staffed lane for every 2 self-checkout machines that are open. Every 2. So if you had 8, that would mean that you would have to have 4 shopping lanes that are open. And you might not have enough people at those lanes. You might have people just standing around, scratching their leg or whatever the case may be, looking at their phones. And these stores, they still need to stock shelves and do a whole bunch of other stuff. Market Basket's system works for Market Basket. Shaw's system works for Shaw. Stop and Shop, same thing. True Key, same thing. These stores have figured it out. And to think that some state senator has a plan that says, well, if you are going to use self-checkout, well, for every 2, you need to have 1 stationed or staffed lane. You know, don't you think that these stores know what they're doing? And if they didn't, they'd be out of business? Don't you think that people go to Stop and Shop to work or Shaw's to work because they've got a union and the union takes pretty good care of their employees? Why does some state senator who should be working on, I don't know, maybe making sure that illegals don't get food stamps, don't get housing, that kind of stuff, no, doesn't have time to work on that. But he has time to tell grocery stores what the hell to do. Next thing you know, he's going to be regulating the kind of candy that people, they already do that, don't they? It's amazing. Our Bacon Hill lawmakers, they can, next thing you know, he's probably going to vote for something dealing with MCAS or whatever the new MCAS is going to be called. How about State Senator Feeney, you work with your leadership to figure out how the auditor, the state auditor, can do the people-requested audit of the legislature. How about working on that? Don't you have time? Can you fit that into your schedule? So the people, that's what we voted for. Can't you fit it into your schedule? And if you can't, what's the problem? Why can't you? Who won't allow you to do that? Hello.
Hi, Brian.
Hi. I'm hearing your radio more than I'm hearing you.
Oh, sorry. Okay, how's that?
Much better, thank you.
Back on the Halloween thing.
Yes.
I live near St. Luke's Hospital, and we have bought 10 bags of candy in the past, and it was gone in an hour and a half.
10 bags? How long ago was that?
Oh, just about 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
How many bags you buying this year?
Van loads of people coming, not walking, not anybody from my area, just cars and yeah. No. The last couple of years, I put the caution tape on the porch and shut the light off.
How come?
Because it's too much.
Too many kids or grown-ups or whomever?
Yeah, grown-ups.
So you're getting grown-ups coming to your door looking for candy?
Yeah. One night I opened the door. It was 7:15, and there was two. They were like 18, 19-year-old. They were very tall, they looked like young men. And I gave them the candy, and then I locked the door and I shut the light because I was at home alone.
Okay. So there is a bit of a fear factor.
Well, yeah, with that.
Yeah,
but
I get it.
It's like it's too much. I don't mind the kids from around here coming, but there's not many kids around here, so it's van loads and van loads from I don't know where. Yeah, and very rude. They don't even say anything. They don't even say trick or treat. They don't. Yeah.
Wow.
They just stand there with their bag open, and I'm like, okay, I'm all set with this.
And I'm going to ask the question because I want your response. You say they're standing there with the bags open. Do you think they're old enough, or know the language well enough?
Yeah, they're older.
You think they know the language?
Yeah, they're older. The little kids are always, trick or treat. And that's fine, but it's the older crowd. Yeah.
I would say trick or treat if I came around, but you wouldn't give me candy.
I would if you were nice.
I'll be nice.
Once I open that door, it's done. I got to give you the candy. I'm not going to shut the door.
Yeah.
Unless I have the light off. But if the light is on and I open the door and you knock, you're gonna get candy. So
the people that you thought were 18, 19 years old, did they say trick or treat?
No.
Really?
They just stood there looking at me, and I was home alone that night, so that's why I gave them the candy, I shut the door, locked it, and shut the light.
Wow. Well, look, you're a brave soul to give them the candy and open up the door. Maybe next time, just look through the little peephole there.
I know. But if I did that for everybody that came, you know what I mean? I just figured they were trick or treating, so I opened the door. I had a bowl full of candy. I don't know what to expect when I opened the door, but that just threw me back.
What kind of candy did you give out?
Oh, little Snickers, little Milky Ways.
That's why everybody comes to your house. You're giving out good stuff.
No, they come here because I live near the hospital, a block away from the mayor. So this is the area to come to. That's why they come here.
Why do you think the mayor gives out good candy?
Well, I don't know, but they think this area, we'll go to this area because I couldn't tell you 3 people that have come to my door trick-or-treating from my neighborhood. Yeah. So.
Well, it's good to know. At least in your neighborhood, there's good candy. I'll remember that.
Yeah, they do.
All right. Hey, thank you.
Right.
Thank you much for your call. I do appreciate it. As we wrap things up for Saturday afternoon, I will be back Monday for Barry from noon 15 to 3, and then we'll be back for Brian's Beat later on Monday evening.
Oh, darling, it's important that you believe me, that it can't happen here.
WBSM.
Here's what's happening this weekend in an encore broadcast of Town Square Sunday. We'll talk with Anthony Barboza, world-renowned photographer with roots in New Bedford. We'll also learn about a documentary being shown in New Bedford next month on the dangers of social media. And 2 retired Marines will share details about a local celebration in Freetown of the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Marine Corps. I'm Jim Phillips. Join me for Town Square Sunday, Sunday morning at 6 and 11 on 1420 WBSM 99.5 FM.
The government may be shut down. Legitimate business funding remains open. See for yourself at legitimatebusinessfunders.com. Legitimatebusinessfunders.com.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Freedom Pools on WBSM. Here's more with Brian Thomas.
Susie, you just got to town, and we've been very interested in your development.
Forget it.
It can't happen here.
It can't happen here. Interesting theme. Enjoy Halloween for those that only joined me on a Saturday, because next Saturday will actually be November 1. As I said before, I will be in for Barry on Monday and then back for Brian's Beat. Tim gets things started at 6 a.m. In Assonet, 56 degrees. Mattapoisett, 56. New Bedford, 56. Adios. Enjoy the weekend.
Traveling around from town to town. Sometimes I think I'll settle down, but I know I'd hunger to be free. Roving the only life for me. Adrift-in the world is my friend. I'm traveling along the road without it.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
With the state of today's economy, it's more important than ever to invest in products that last for years to come. As the seasons shift and get cooler, make sure your closet is stocked with durable layers that stand the test of time from American Giant. American Giant's clothes work harder and are wearable season after season. Their greatest hoodie ever made is made from the highest quality materials that are cut and sewn right here in the United States. So you're investing right back in your local community. Choosing American Giant means taking a stand for American manufacturing and hardworking Americans, something other mega corporations don't care about. From fleece to knit, all in a range of colors for versatile daily wear, American Giant delivers everyday pieces designed for everyday life. Feel the difference of quality, made-to-last clothes from American Giant. Get 20% off your first order with code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com with code STAPLE20.